Johnny, welcome back. I am gonna do a video today. I haven't posted a video in a little bit because life has been lifing, and it's been lifing real hard. But I did see that someone mentioned getting some Nabla products, specifically the Nabla Side-By-Side palette. So I thought that I would play around with this today. Let me show you mine. I've had it for quite a while. I've got pan in several shades, but I'm thinking that I will try to do a smoky eye with some of the deeper shades, and then also maybe a smoky eye with some of these brown shades. So kind of a black smoky eye and a brown smoky eye. So if that is of interest to you, here we go. I will start with some primer. I think I'm going to use the Natasha Denona Work and Set, and this one is in the shade Nude. So I'm just going to grab this brush here and start by putting this primer all over my lid. So the reason to put on the primer is so that the shadows have something to adhere to besides my skin, and also to extend the longevity of the look. So I got that on. I just want to blend that out a little bit more, so I'm going to use this Sonia G Jumbo Worker. Just sort of a bigger brush head to blend that out more easily. There is that. So let's go into the palette. I think I will start with this shade here, which is called Love Ritual. So I'm going to take a flat brush. This is the number 28 from Refer. You can see it's flat. And go into that shade Love Ritual. And I'm going to just start putting it all over my lid. Going into the inner corner as well. Just basically putting this all over. I like to bring my eyeshadow up a little bit just because sometimes when I have my eyes open, you'll lose some of the shadow if I were to just put it right here. So I bring it up just a tad to make sure that it can be seen at all times. That also allows me to cover the primer that we put on. So I don't go too far over here because this is where my deeper shades are going to go. So I just concentrate everything towards the front, towards the inner part of my eye, and then over the lid. Now that that is done, I'm going to start with this shade here, which is called Cubism. It's this gray. I'm taking a fluffy brush. This is the Refer number 16. Dipping into that. There's that. And I'm just going to initially pat that on right at the outer areas of my eye. And then I'm going to do circular motions to blend it. Now, you could really just stop here and throw on some mascara and call it a day, but why did that light just turn off? And who turned the light off? Girl, it just said click. Rose, did you turn the light off? That was weird. Okay, so you could just stop here, but I want to use the black, so I'm going to go into this black here, and it is called Untitled. How random. So I'm using the same brush, going into the black, and patting on top of the gray. And then doing the circular motions to blend it out. Now, sometimes I do like to pull the shadow out a bit just to give me more of that kind of look going on. I don't know if there's a word for that. So I always do a sound. And you can go in as many times as you want to make it as deep as you want, but I feel like I have a sort of charcoaly gray, grayish black shade now that I really like. And so then I'm just going to keep blending to make sure that the colors, like the shimmer, flows into the matte. So I'm just going to go over some of the shimmer just a little bit in circular motions. Now, something else that I like to do, just to avoid having like a really harsh line right here, I do like to sometimes then take a shade that is sort of like a peachy or a brown that is closer to my skin tone and use that to blend out those edges. So let's go in with the shade Beauty Mark. That's right here. It's kind of like a tan with a cool undertone. So I'm just going to take that and blend it, still using the same brush, just blend it on top of all of the shades so that everything is a bit more seamless with one another. And there we have our first look. Very simple, very easy, great for like going out for dinner or drinks or something. And to wrap it all together, I typically will take a brush and dip into the mattes that I've used and use those on my lower lash line. So I'm going to take these two shades, that gray and the black, and use this pencil brush from Sonia G. This is the mini booster. I'm just really going to be using the very tip of it. And I'm dipping into the gray, now dipping into the black, and here we go. There is that. So before I do mascara, let's go on and do the second look. Now, I think I want to use this row here. So let's start with our primer. Here it is. So using the same Natasha Denona primer, gonna go in with this brush and just slap it on. I'm doing the exact same thing, using a fluffier or just like a bigger brush to blend it out even more. Get in that corner. This definitely dries quickly, so you do have to move fast. It's pretty thick. So you can use any primer really, but this one was right here and that's why I used it. Okay, so we want to do the same sort of thing, but this time I'm using browner shades. So I'm taking this Rose and Ben C30 can see that. And I'm going to first start with this shade called Better Society. This shimmer right there. So I'm starting at the inner corner. Now I think I will do some sort of like, kind of like a gradient. So I'm going to work with my eyelid in like thirds. So the first third is going to be here, and that is where this first shade is going to be put. You will see what I mean in a moment. Okay, the next shade I'm going to use is this shade here called Cedar Wood, and that is going to be in the middle, so the second third of my eye, using the same brush. And I'm going over just a little to that first shade so that they start to blend together and it doesn't look like this choppy three color thing. Go back into that first shade. Right, and let's get, this is the Rose and Ben E29, so just a fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into this deep shade here called Tempera. And I'm putting that on that last third of my eye, so the outer V area, tapping into the color and then just doing circular motions to blend it onto my eyelid. And now I'm just sort of going all over, blending things together. And then I'm going to take this shade here, which is Burnt Sienna, and I'm going to use that at the top here. So going into that. And similarly to what we did on the first side, I'm going to take a brush and go into the mattes. I think I'll just use Tempera. I'm taking this Anissa Beauty Eye Pinnacle brush. You can see it has like this triangular shape going into that. And I'm going to use that to do my lower lash line. There we go. Now something that I will typically do is to take a black liner or a brown liner and line my eyes. So let's find those. Here is a black liner from Marc Jacobs. You can't really get these anymore, but I will say that the ones from Sephora are also really good. So I want to line here, which you don't have to do, but I like to give more darkness to it. That was the black one. Where's the brown one? No idea. So I will just use this Natasha Denona Macro Eye Crayon, and this is in brown. And lastly, just some mascara. This is the Monsieur Big Lancome mascara. I'm just going to pop a few coats on to my upper lashes. And I also like to do the lower lashes. Usually I will just rub the mascara wand across my lower lashes. Okay. And let's put on a bit of lipstick. This is the Juvia's Place nude lipstick in the shade Toffee. So I'm going to put a bit of that on. I just had some lip balm on. I don't know why I said it like that, lip balm. And sorry about that. Get a liner. This is in the shade Vamp from LA Girl, and just going to line my lips. Okay, let's do a cute little transition and take these headbands off. These are actually from Makeup Eraser. I don't know why I got them, but they come in very handy, and they have this like Velcro-y snap thing. So this is good for like if you want to help your edges stay down, or if you just want to get your hair out of the way. I feel like they should make it a little bit bigger. Like I have a big head, and you know, sometimes it's a struggle. But here are the finished looks. We have this one here, which is more of your grayish black kind of smoky eye, and then we have this one here, which is a nice like neutral brownish smoky eye. I like both of them, and I would wear either of them anywhere. This for me is like, oh, let me go to work, and then after work we're gonna go have drinks. This one for me is like, I'm not going to work, I'm just going straight to the bar to have a drink. So either way, and I think a nude lip goes with both of them, but you could always switch things up if you want to. So I think that is it. Please be sure to like the video, and also please subscribe to the channel. I thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I also hope that you are continuing to take care of yourself. I'm definitely trying to take care of myself. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.